Arca Bulls family, what is up, everybody? Thank you so much for stepping into the chat again. Throw some A's in the chat if you can hear your boys speak. Throw those A's in the chat. What is up, everybody? Mark Roach, what is up, man? What's up, people? What's up? What's up? Joe H, good to see you in the chat, man. What's up, little AR-15? We kind of get it. I see you there, man. DJ, how you doing? How you doing, moderators? Really happy to be streaming tonight, you guys, moderators. Samantha H, good to see you in here too. Abner Cruz, what is up, my brother? Good to see you, Mondo Lopez. Oh my goodness, guys, I have to tell you, man, I literally said it last week that there is no way that we shouldn't be making any money this coming week, right? Moderator DJ, what's up, man? Good to see you here. A1 Trades, good to see you. Joe H, A+ rating for Arca, going long, my dude, man. Thank you so much, Joe. That really means a lot, my bro. Really means a lot, my dude. Kenny, what's up? What's up? Good to see you, man. Daniel Gonzalez, what is up, my dude? What is up, guys? Really happy to be streaming tonight, guys. I have a lot of good news. I have all the plays already set up for us, and I have to tell you, man, I think I'm getting really excited over ticker symbol CRTD. I'm not gonna lie for one freaking second, man. That please watch the video that I put out on that video, because oh my goodness, man, something is a brewing. Something is a brewing. Antonio Fuentes, hey Arca, I have been watching your plays print for months and just got powder in, man. I am so happy to hear that, my dude. Really cool to hear, man. And thank you so much for stepping into the chat, by the way. A++ from you, I love it, man. So let's see, hello Arca, please go over GTII. Oh my goodness, man. So I will try my best to go over GTII, but I have to tell you that from the early ticker picks and from the tickers that we owed yesterday, I have kind of a ridiculous schedule already, but it's on the list, okay? So I have it on there already, no matter what. Stick Vicious, my battle, good to see you in here, man. Mark Roach, what is up, my dude? Yeah, oh, good. So you just did a fist pump for TRKA. Did you guys get? Oh, guys, did you play TRKA? I want to hear it from the Discord members. Did you guys play TRKA? Because we absolutely got a killing on that one, man. I am very stoked. So Naps44, what is up, man? What is up? Yeah, not a problem. Really happy to be streaming tonight, guys. So I know we had a few B plays, right? So I'm talking about ticker symbol FNGR. We had BBBY, right? Another B trade was, of course, the TRKA was actually a B+, A- trade, which was incredible, by the way, and LHDX. But please remember that LHDX was that ticker that I actually saw coming down for today before a potential liftoff. We're gonna be going over LHDX today too, you guys. Sebastian Lim, what's up, man? So let's see what you're saying. So you're saying, thanks, Arca. Do you see BTC still heading down? Short term, yes, dude. But there's actually gonna be a potential upside coming in. And actually, I learned something pretty interesting from Crown. He mentioned that historically speaking, Thursdays have been bearish for BTC. I had no idea that was I guess it's just an anomaly that came back into statistics, right? But it's really interesting to kind of know that. But yeah, man, I thanks a lot, first of all, Sebastian, and thank you for your donation, man. That really means a lot, dude. And Abner Cruz, man, what is that, bro? Thank you so much. That really means a lot, my bro. And did you, by any chance, get to play any of the plays that we were talking about yesterday? And also, what can I do for you, my man? But you know how it goes, dude. Straight Cash Homie, what is up, man? Arca VS is scaring me. Do I get out with a loss or upside coming soon? So I was actually just talking to T Wood about that in the Discord, and it's really interesting the way that they're trying to suppress the price, because that setup is absolutely in there, right? It's suggesting the upside, but still we're getting this like weird little consolidation period, slightly bearish, slightly bullish. I really do think that they're trying to shake out some longs here, man. And if I can actually look over, let me look over the ticker, and then and then we can go further, right? Send me a DM. Send me a DM. I'm gonna look out for you. Okay? Send me a DM on what was it, man? On Discord or Twitter, wherever you're talking to me, even if it's email, and then we'll continue talking about VS because you and T Wood are also part of that. So Joe H, mic dropping, dude. What? Joe H, you shouldn't be paying me that kind of money, my bro. You just got into a gnarly accident, which, by the way, how are you feeling after it? Thank you so much for that, though, dude. That really means a lot. I really have to tell you, man. That's absolutely kind of you. But Joe, so yeah, man, are you feeling okay? Is anybody else? Did you get in touch with any insurance people or whatever? I'm just curious to see if everything is going fine after that accident, my dude. And but yeah, man, I really do hope you're okay. Sebastian Lim saying, can we look at SINT too? Seems like something huge is happening. So actually, yeah, my dude, not a problem. I wanted to tell you that I actually did have that. Did you request that? Actually, I already had it here on the list. So for some reason it's there, but we're gonna definitely take a look at it for you, man. And expect that one to come up in about, I think it's about 5th in the list, okay, my dude? And we will check that out for sure, okay? So yeah, man, thank goodness, guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for everything that you do for me. It really means a lot, and it means a lot to my family as well. So Joe H saying, Arca, minor injuries, already have a replacement, and you're feeling great. Oh, and I was asking you yesterday, Joe, was that you said it was the VW, and I'm not sure if it was in R32 that you were riding, or what was it, my dude? So I'm really wondering if that's if that was that little sports one that you built yourself. Was that the ticker that, I'm sorry, the ticker, was that the car that you built? I think I saw it in a garage, and I noticed that it was a black one. I think, yeah, the GTI, right? Very, very cool, man. But so that one's totaled, right? It's gone. Damn, my dude. My goodness. I'm really sorry to hear that, dude. But I'm here. I'm happy that you're here. I'm happy that you're okay. And we're gonna be going over some very cool tickers today. Rest assured, my dude. And we're gonna try to get back that car, right? We gotta get that car back, my bro. Love you, dude. Love you. Thank you so much for joining here, man. Always. Oh man, so yeah, guys, we're gonna be starting off the analysis with the NDX this time. Okay, so we actually did get a request from Powerlifter asking to maybe start revolving the SPY and also the NDX, right? So I think it's a good balance, to tell you the truth. So this is why I have the tickers already kind of listed like this and already kind of up, so that we can make sure that we can actually move through these tickers a little faster, right? But yeah, man, yeah, Joe, I'm super happy you're here, and I'm super happy that you're okay, my dude. Really, really stoked that you are. Hold on just a sec, you guys. I just want to make sure that is not... I just got an SOS from my wife. Hold on just a sec, guys. That's not cool. That's not cool. And I'm wondering if she actually did that by accident on her, you know, in her phone. Sometimes she tends to do that. So let me just make sure that she is okay. She's good. She's good. Man, she's about to get a bunch of text messages saying, yo, you sent an SOS. So everything is good. She just showed up at the house. Thank goodness, guys. Never mind. False alarm. We are good. Yes, she's good. Okay, she just showed up. Literally just showed up at the house right now. I saw the ring and I noticed that she walked in. But yeah, I noticed that she accidentally sometimes sends out those SOS things, right? Yeah, totally SOS butt dial. We don't want that. We don't want that to ever happen, right, you guys? Yeah, Phew is right. Moderator Samantha H. All right, you guys. So we're just gonna keep on vibing. Let the good times roll, right? We wanna just listen to what could be happening to the NDX. Okay, so just let's just see if we can kind of just kind of leave it on a daily here, right? So what we're noticing here is something very cool. We have an ascending channel right now, making a series of higher highs, higher lows. Everything is looking good, right? So there are indications that we may actually break out of this. Breaking out of an ascending channel is actually a little rare, right? But in this case, there are a few things that we should look out for. First of all, If you guys are familiar with the silver cross, remember that that is your EMA 20 crossing the EMA 50. And as you can see here on a daily chart, which is historically to be a bullish signal, the NDX has crossed to the upside. Okay, so this is why we're getting some some bullish action. Of course, some slightly bearish stuff, but historically we have that cross and things move on upwards and onwards, right? So go ahead and notice right over here after the virus dump, right? We actually got that 20 EMA cross above the EMA 50, and we were in that bull cycle, right? And you can see that 20, the white line, stayed above the NDX. I mean, it just literally killed it, and it stayed above the whole damn time, right? So as soon as we cross it, which was literally right here at the beginning of 2022, we crossed it to the downside, and then we actually started capitulating, right? So then you have the white line below us. So it's been battling it. It's been trying to make that cross to the upside. Okay, so now we're getting that cross here, and it happened in January, just a couple months ago, right? So we're on the daily chart, so that's why you're looking at kind of a span. So we're looking at a silver cross here, and also one more thing to notice on today's price action. The NDX actually printed a very strong bullish engulfing candle structure here, and it's of course it's on the daily, so we have to give it some weight. Okay, so this is suggesting a continuation onto the upside. So now if you look at momentum represented by the RSI, you can actually see that we're still pitched to the upside on the daily, so which is good news. I love it. I'm not gonna lie for one sec. Okay, so let's move on down the line though. Let's go to the immediate short-term time frame, just like we always do, right? That 30-minute. We are sitting in the bull strength percentile. Okay, of course it's a little bit of consolidation, but that's likely to happen after such a big pump, right? So everything is looking good. Now we have an upside suggestion on that bi-hourly, and we're sitting right in the junction between the bear weakness and the bull weakness. This is still suggesting an upside. We're about to get that gravitational pull, so this is looking good for the broader markets. Okay, also we're here on the 6 hour. It's still consolidating, right? But we don't have any danger to the downside. First of all, we have that 14-day simple moving average represented by that pink line below us, which is already bullish. Okay, we want to make sure to keep ourselves away from the danger zone down here, which is going to be that, remember, at 2% above any of these junctions is going to be your gravitational zone. Okay, so we don't want to be there, and we are quite a ways from it, and we are in fact facing an upside. So the faster we get into that gravitational zone from the bear weakness percentile on the top side, the faster we can get to that upper end, next leg up, right? So the 12 hour suggesting a little bit of a limited upside, but if you can see the 14-day simple correlated to that 20 EMA, very likely we can actually see a rejection there tomorrow. So that would be at about 12,143. We're at 12,044 right now. Okay, you guys. So let's just look at that buy daily and see what it's got. Okay, so the buy daily still suggesting an upside, a little bit of danger there since we are in that the bottom side of that gravitational zone. And the 3-day looks like it's trying to consolidate, but the 14-day is giving us a little bit of a bullish trajectory. So we're still looking good. The 5-day is actually pivoted towards the upside using that 14-day simple. I'm liking how the broader markets are feeling. I'm not gonna lie, this is good. This is good stuff. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on the broader markets as we're going, but because of how we're seeing this green, it may just very well help everything out under the sun. I'm talking about everything, man. Usually OTCs tend to follow their own rules, right? They don't usually follow the broader market movement, but yeah, I mean, I think as long as we do have everything green, then everything should be okay, right? So if we do continue on to that upside, the broader markets have the power to try to, influence Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies up to the upside as well. So let's just go ahead and finish off that ticker NDX right now and move on, guys. So I know this is it's kind of a crazy ticker to look at, right? Not everybody tends to trade a $12,000 asset, right? So I'm just gonna leave this as a no rating for now and move along, right? So everything is looking good. Chat, very excited for everybody to be in here. Please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I have had a great response to that Arc Masters course, guys. So thank you so much, everybody, for signing up for that. Moderators, thank you so much for all of your help. rest assured that you're going to get your welcome package soon enough in your inbox. Okay, so the next ticker that we want to look at, guys, and in this case I'm just going to start kind of bringing down the vibes just a little more, right, so we can get more into a serious note and make sure that we have some stuff lined up for our trading session tomorrow. Okay, you guys. So yesterday, I think it was Fusion 2000 that ended up asking me for the ticker symbol VPLM, and I totally missed it. So I hope he does show up today so I can show this for him. Okay, so in this case, look at VPLM on the daily. We were looking at this, I think maybe about a week or two ago per his information. I actually noticed that I did have the chart already loaded up, and and we were saying that we were riding a right angle triangle, or a descending triangle, as some people may know it. I gave him an upside target located with this trend line here at about 633, of which was fulfilled almost exactly right with this candle here. And then it continued on to the upside, and of course it rejected. Okay, so it's natural for this thing to do that. Okay, so moderator DJ, thank you so much for sharing the link to the Discord. Make sure to check that out in the chat, you guys. So yeah, so we actually made that move to the upside. How did we get that price objective? Well, you can actually take a trend line when you're looking at a right angle triangle or a descending triangle, right? Take a trend line from the hypotenuse of the triangle, the very top, right, and bring it all the way to the bottom to the lowest point. Then from there, this is one of the more popular ways of actually looking at this trend line, right? So then from there, you can apply it to the supposed area of breakout, which is usually at about 70 to 75% to the apex. Okay, so we guessed around here, but in fact, we got that breakout right back here, right? Still 65%, maybe 60% arguably, but still met the target pretty nicely, right? I like it a lot. So this is, because of this price action, this has clear indications of flashing momentum towards the moon. Okay, and if we can actually focus on volatility right up here versus momentum, you can actually see that we're critically expanded here. We're well within the 90 percentile and have printed several bars of the daily read. Okay, so every single day that passes by while being in that critical volatility, a red bar prints to signal that we've been in a critical expansion for now day in out, right? So this is good, in and out. So we are now starting a potential contraction phase towards the downside, but look at momentum, okay? Momentum is actually pivoted towards the upside. This is a very good sign. Now, if we can actually just see back a little bit, let's go to the 12-hour and see how volatility versus momentum is doing there. So we have an upside pitch with critical volatility. Let's go down again. Let's go to the 8-hour. So the 8-hour upside pivot, critical volatility. Nice, nice. VPLM is looking pretty tasty. We have critical volatility in the 6-hour, upside pivot on Stokes. Okay, so now the 4-hour, same deal. Upside pivot, critical volatility. Bi-hourly, we have that critical volatility too. I'm sure it's there. Come on, let's go. Here we go. Critical volatility already starting that contraction phase, but we have a downside here. Remember that it's definitely possible for us to do this type of motion, okay? And this type of up and down, please notice what happens in the price action, okay? It accumulates. So this is still looking very good. So now we have multiple time frames in critical volatility with a potential corrective or already upside pivot for ticker symbol VPLM. This is already suggesting a massive upside. So what we have to do now is look at our RSI from the immediate short term, okay? Let's focus on a slower momentum oscillator, which would be RSI, Relative Strength Index, okay? So 30-minute immediate short-term time frame is giving us the opportunity to potentially get long this stock, right? So we have that signal line, the purple line, sitting right in that gravitational zone, which would actually pressure us to the downside. What does that mean? Well, let's continue. Let's go to the bi-hourly. The bi-hourly is signaling the potential of a support found at that 14-day simple moving average, which is standard to any RSI setup, okay? So if we do get that bounce, then this is signaling that the downside for VPLM is limited, okay? So let's go to that 6-hour. The 6-hour is suggesting a nosedive right in that gravitational pull. Let's continue and see what we can continue coming up with, right? So downside pivot for both, actually, the 12-hour, 14-day simple moving average and a signal. Okay, so now let's move on to the daily. We have the downside, bi-daily downside, and the 3-day downside. Let's see where we can find it though. Okay, so yeah, when we're looking at this kind of downside, the biweekly may be the area that we're looking at for that bounce from that 14-day simple. So let's go back to the daily and see what we can do for loading up this stock, okay? Usually when we have this much of downside and we have all of volatility and critical with an upside pivot, it means that we have to face a relevant support before we can continue on to that upside, okay? So let's take an inverse fib from the current day high. So I'm talking about the range low to the range high, right? So let's just take it like this, right? And see what we have below us. First of all, we can see a loading zone right at this bottom support, okay? This area right here where you see how this thing actually goes up, retraces, it goes up, retraces, it goes up, retraces. You see that zigzag? The 2.618 is landing right at this bottom side. Okay, so that's a very important area to kind of keep in consideration. Now, if you were to pair it with the 2.272, you'll notice that the 2.272 is landing right in the opening of this candle right over here and in the closing of this candle right back here. And also in the opening of this one, the wick low of this one, it's just a high correlation here, right? So now we have a range of support that we can look at. This is going to be your range number 1. Okay, so let's just do it like this. And you'll see this is the very likely area for us to see one loading, okay? The next loading zone, of course, is going to be located between the 3.272. Notice the relevance between this this opening and this closure right over here. Okay, and historically speaking, see the resistance right up here and the resistance right over here, the resistance right over here. So it's an inflection point as well. Not only that, but it's gonna kind of suggest for us to come back. You already know this. I talk about it all the time. When we break out of the formation, there's often times where we need to come back and validate that newly converted resistance, what was a resistance, into a new support before continuing on to the upside. So that's likely what could be happening here. Another thing is, guys, so when you're starting to look at these things that a lot of people tend to call ladder attacks, that's usually indicative of a continuation to the downside, but it's accumulation, so it's not capitulation. Okay, so that means that you have to face maybe 1, 2, you have a third, and maybe a fourth. Okay, so after the fourth, then you actually start that upside continuation. So this is not looking bearish to me. It's looking like it's reaccumulating for a massive upside. Give this about maybe 3-4 days. Max, I said tops 5 days, right? Before it reaches an optimal point, and then this thing can catapult and launch to the upside greatly. Chat, let's dive in. Now that you know what the possibilities are, what are we going to rate this? The topside targets are going to be, of course, right back up to the similar areas that we were looking at for resistance. If you need to know the cap, let's go ahead and see what that is right now. The market cap is sitting at 96, almost 97 million. The float is actually a massive 1.8 billion. Okay, so a good thing at least is that we have all earnings to expectations. Okay, so the earnings there's literally all of its life. It actually has never had an earnings miss. So this is a pretty good, wow, really for real. It really has never had an earnings miss. This is really cool. All right, so yeah, now that you know, chat, let's dive in. What are we rating this? D- being your max loss for the day, D+ being your break even. Let's rate it between D- and A+. What is it looking like for the longs here, you guys? So remember, we have to come back down, and then we would actually make that upside. Nia, what's up, Yusuf? Good to see you in the chat, man. Good to see you here. Very happy you joined us, okay? Yes, so Roberto Gonzalez, what's up, man? Hello, brother. Have you looked at TRKA? No, I haven't, and that is actually going to be coming up, let's see, next. All right, so Naps44 giving me a rating of C-. Hound giving this a rating of okay, I got you. C-, okay. Antonio Fuentes giving it a D-. Sebastian Lim, C+. Abner Cruz with a C-. Stick Vicious, D- for a while. And not looking good for Naps44. MM with a C. Guys, the sentiment is listed right before your eyes, right over here, okay? So why is that? Well, because we still have a lot of accumulation to do. Okay, so right now, Of course, it's a huge indecision. We don't know what's going to happen with this, but we know the trajectory, right? The general direction. Also, the fact that it's an OTC, like Mark Roach is saying, high risk play. Okay, it is also just about 4 cents. Okay, so we have to watch out with tickers like this. So in my personal rating, right? Remember, it doesn't have to be mine. Just use it as an inspiration. Mark Roach giving it a D-. Thank you so much. Yeah, so the volatility looks really good, Sebastian. It definitely does. But remember that volatility and momentum can essentially still have space to come back down. Look at this iteration here, okay? Meaning that and we were in critical volatility there. We were about to pitch to the upside. We were entering the bullish control zone, and then it faked out. Okay, so it's very important for us to know when we are in critical areas. So in this point, we could still oversell. We're not in oversold yet. So this is indicative that there could be a potential continuation to the way down. So we'll keep an eye on this one, man. It's looking really good, but we're just massively early. If it's in your interest, put some alerts, right? Put some alerts. You can do it directly here from TradingView. So before we do that, in my personal rating for this, I'm going to have to go ahead and give this a solid C, because everything is looking good, but it's just not there yet, right? So let's wait for it. And I'm actually going to, you know what? I'm just going to put it straight up. It could be, let me put a C plus at 0197. Okay. So C plus at, yeah, I think that's a pretty good way for us to kind of look at it, right? So 0197. So if we can do it like that, then yeah, that would be great. Perfect. That is going to do it for ticker symbol VPLM. I like it. I like it a lot, you guys. I'm not going to lie. It's just that we just need to wait for that right setup to actually play out. So let's do the long rating. I'm going to just note it on my notes right here so that later on when you look at the timestamps, you'll be able to go over this and find your B plays or your C plays or whatever else, right? So I'm finding that it does help out retail a lot when I do that, right? So good thing. So guys, I know this is a ticker that everybody has been waiting for. So yes. Let's go over ticker symbol TRKA. As you already know that this is a ticker that we made some gains today. The play was actually posted on the Discord. So if you're not a member yet, go ahead and find a description below or the links here. I think moderator DJ posted it up just a little bit ago. Just scroll up and you'll find it there. Join up. Come and join and talk to the people there. Lots of smart people, lots of good people, okay? So, yes, we made an awesome trade today with TRKA. Let me just put it on the notes that I'm continuing now TRKA. All right. So yeah. Guys, if you remember last week, I was talking to you of the relevance of this target here with this gap. Please notice, I was telling you guys, I think it was 59.15 or 59.10, right? So we touched 59 directly on the dot today and rejected, which, by the way, it was a similar target to what we had in the play listed in the Discord, right? So I purposely put it under this. I think it was maybe 53 cents or 52 or something like that, right? So I put it under this, so just in case we didn't reach all the way to that target, but I think it may have been 57 actually. But nonetheless, we actually did retrace right from that gap, okay? And the reason why we have the gap there is because oftentimes we're not going to fill it in the first shot. Oftentimes we're just going to come and test it and start knocking at that door. Here's a very important thing for us to notice. Here's the 200-day simple moving average that I was telling you yesterday. We're knocking at the door. We're bound to break through it. Okay, so now we have a support from a previous gap. We have the support from the 200-day simple moving average, also from the SMA 10. And if you want to get a little more surgical, let's put the 7-period and 30-period exponentials and notice that we have the EMA 7 right up here, very close to that SMA 200. Okay, so this is all looking incredible for us. Okay, so one more thing I want to notice. Actually, I want to take note of and see. Yeah, we did notice yesterday that we got that bullish cross from the silver cross of the 20 exponential crossing the 50 exponential, and now notice that very, very healthy growth. Okay, this is the cross right in here, and the price action is absolutely following it. Okay, so this is looking massively bullish, even still, for the ticker symbol TRKA. Let's reference volatility versus momentum on, actually, you know what? I can bring it down just a little bit so we can get a little more of a clear picture. And let's see. So Sway saying, watching you a while. Thanks for being there for people. Your attitude is contagious. My dude, thank you so much, dude. That really means a lot, man. I do try. I have a deep care for people in general. Okay. So we're going to try our best. We're going to make sure to get some gains together. Okay. And make some differences in our lives. So guys, we do have that upside pivot still favoring the bulls here in the volatility versus momentum profile of the daily. Apologize, guys. It's a little unprofessional, right? Let's just turn that down and shut up. All right. So yeah, critical volatility on the daily. Let's move up to the buy daily and see how it's doing there. Critical volatility, upside pivot. Very nice. Let's go to the 3-day. Critical volatility, upside pivot. Very interesting. Critical volatility, upside pivot on the 5-day. Same situation on the weekly. Got the first bar, by the way, the first weekly bar. And man, and we're now officially in full contraction on the bi-weekly with a massive upside pivot on momentum. Okay, so let's now see how surgical we can get with this, okay? Because this is still suggesting a huge upside. 12-hour critical volatility still on that upside for momentum. Let's see the 8 hours. Wow, 8 hours still upside with critical volatility. No way. Oh man, so this is a corrective wave, very likely to continue to the upside and still in critical volatility for the 6 hour. Wow, 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 oh wow. Okay, and let's see here. Okay, so this is still the signal fired here when we started contracting, right, from the 90 percentile. So now that we've fired this and we actually started a contraction phase, it has not touched the 90 percentile, which is right up here. So which means that the signal is still valid, and this is likely a correctional wave and very likely going to continue on to the upside as well. Okay, so similar situation here. We're within the bull strength percentile at critical volatility, and it's like I said, guys, we can do these types of motions all the time. We can do many waves and price action will just continue moving to the upside, right? Remember that your volatility is direction neutral. It doesn't actually follow market trend when it goes to the downside. Okay, so it's direction neutral. We pair it with a momentum based indicator so that we can understand and that we can see the potentials of that bias for the direction. Okay, so let's now that we know that we're in just a huge amount of upside, there could be a loading zone for us presented in the shorter term time frame. Okay, so which means that this is still a play and we can still trade the ranges just like we did. Okay, so volatility within any asset is the day trader's best friend. Okay, you guys. So let's go ahead and now take a look at the RSI. Okay, because the RSI is going to be essentially what we're going to use for an entry alongside the the fibs. Okay, so immediate short-term time frame, 30-minute, 15-minute, and 5-minute are actually suggesting a little bit of consolidation. I know this is pivoted to the upside, but why am I saying consolidation for this? Well, if you can actually see that we bounced right over here and now we're facing an upside. First of all, we have a downside pivot from our 14-day simple. We're also within the gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile, which means that we are likely to face a little bit of a pullback and then some consolidation here, okay? But remember, it's 30 minutes, is likely to live out really fast. So our entry may not be in the immediate short term. It may be a little later in the day. So let's look at the buy hourly and see what it's got. There we go. The buy daily is suggesting the buy hourly is suggesting a downside continuation. The bears are losing a little bit of pressure right here, and we have made a bearish cross. Okay, so let's continue. Let's just see where it goes, and let's see how close we can get to a target. You can already notice here that we're barely crossing the 14-day simple to the downside on the 6 hour, which could be indicative of finding a support from the 8 hour to the 14-day simple. Let's just see. Okay, or there we go. So the 8 hour, here's the support that we were just talking about. Okay, what we're looking at here is an absolute support, not only because we have the support from the 14-day simple, but also because we have the gravitational zone right over here, you guys. This is very simple stuff. We just wait for that RSI signal purple line to come right back down, face the support from that gravitational zone and the 14-day simple, just like we did here, and then we can move to the upside. This gives us an opportunity for entry. Good stuff. Let's go to the 12 hour. So the 12 hour suggesting a very similar downside, very similar situation within that gravitational zone. The daily is, look at this, the daily is giving us the signal that it's still moving on to the upside. Okay, of course, we're critically oversold, we're overextended, and it looks like we're actually surpassing. Okay, if we're surpassing it, that's good. Let me just mark this area here. The previous peak from the daily RSI, there you go. All right, so we're surpassing this now, which means that now we can go into a discovery mode with the RSI on the daily. Okay, so if we do surpass this, like, I mean, I know we are already. I'm just saying if we do surpass it by a great margin, then we can actually, you know, suggest a continuation to the upside on the daily. Okay, so let's move on. The buy daily is already surpassed very well over that iteration on October 25th, 2021. So very likely this can continue on to the upside. Okay, let's go to the 3-day. The 3-day is barely jumping in to the overbought percentile. So this is still suggesting massive upside. The 5-daily is barely entering the bull strength percentile, guys. What I'm looking at here is that at some point the daily is going to peak, right? It's going to pull back just a little bit, and then the buy daily is going to take over. It's going to pump the daily again, and then it's going to pull back when the buy daily gets overextended. Then the 3-day is going to take over and pump the daily again. And then until the 3-day gets, you see where I'm going with this? So that's kind of how I see the timing move through the scale, right? So this is it's a very important way for you to see it like that, okay? So yes, there is absolutely still upside for TRKA, but what is our loading zone? Well, let's reference the shorter term time period so we can get a little closer to the potentials for loading. Also, let's load our EMA 7 and 30 since we're suggesting some type of entry. Let's go to the 8 hour actually and see what we got. Okay, 8 hour EMA 7 located right at 45.46. Let's just take an inverse fib from the last 8 hour iteration. Okay, so go ahead and notice right over here that it's located in correlation. It's correlated to that one spot 272 at 46.27. Because that's the case, then it's suggesting that we're coming into this zone here, then we can automatically suggest that the one spot 618 could be a location for loading as well. Okay, so very, very, very likely we can touch this area tomorrow. Okay, now the next thing that we have to look at is the exponential 20 period. Okay, so that means that by tomorrow, we could be facing this 20 period at about 37.16. That is very likely to be our next zone. Also happens to be the top of a gap located in, I think, the 12 hour or the daily. There we go. So it's actually looked at on the daily and the 12 hour. So this gap here, very likely we can come back down and touch this as a support touch. Now notice that we have 3 candles on the way down. That gives you a little bit of a higher relevance. Okay, so if you want to get a little more detailed with it, then take a trend line and put it right in the middle, right, of this one. It's meaning these two here, put it in the middle candle. So in this case, you can see now that we have a range for loading 2 areas now. We have that 37.21 and 36.05. The higher likelihood, of course, it's going to be at 42.85 to 46.27. Okay, so we just have to play it as smart as we can, but we do see a retracement happening. Okay, so TRKA is definitely still on its way up. Now, if we can see the potentials of loading within this area here, let's just say that we loaded from the one spot 272. The next target would actually be, let's measure it. From the one spot 272, the next likely target is going to be the upside of the gap at 64, which is already a 38% trade to the upside. Trading the ranges. Who cares about holding it all the way down here? If you're already holding it down here, then that is awesome for you. do not trade the ranges. Maybe consider pulling profits at key resistances, which honestly could be this one here. So, so in this case, just know that I am encouraging for you to take profits. I'm encouraging you for you not to diamond hand that. Don't do it, because you'll be able to see that you can create your own squeeze by the end of the week. Okay, so we've been trading this in the course members have been trading this in and out and in and out. And then you'll notice at the end of the week that you're up freaking 300%. Where that could have been your squeeze from that one gamble that you were making from that one ticker that one day. Screw that, you guys. Don't do that. Let's just make sure that we can move to the next play and then come back to the next play and then come back to this play when it's ready, and then go to the next play and then come back to this one when it's ready again. We'll trade the ranges because there are so many tickers that are suggesting upside right now. Okay, you guys, so very likely we can touch that target of about 6402 coming in to tomorrow. Maybe by the end of the session tomorrow. Okay, you guys, please remember that there's nothing wrong with taking profits. Okay, you guys, that just means that you're looking out for your own portfolio. So referencing all of these time frame RSIs, you guys, there's still a massive amount of upside to look into here. And remember that, so if one more thing, actually, because it's the 8-hour and the 12-hour, the loading zones, I would give higher relevance to the 36-39, okay? And why I'm saying that is because the 12-hour and the 8-hour are very limited on their downside. So meaning that tomorrow may actually be that that red day, but not red the way you think it. It's just red to reaccumulate for another upside run, just like here, just like here, just like here, right? Just like that. So it's gonna have to reaccumulate and pump. It's gonna create all these little U's on the way up. Okay, you guys. So this is still looking very good. I love it. Now that you know the potentials of this, chat, let's go ahead and dive in. What are we rating this for the longs? And what can they expect from us? D- being your max loss for the day, D+ being your break even. Let's rate it between D- and A+. What is it looking like? Chat, dive in. Let me get a sip of water, man. Actually, no. Let me get a sip of electrolytes. We're already getting A's in the chat. Look at that. That's why we get those A's in the chat, you guys. That's why we ask for the A's. We want the A's in the chat, right? My battle. Don't tell me that, man. You're gonna make me all emotional here, dude. Thank you so much. That means so much, dude. Wow, you guys. Thank you. So please look at this. Mark Roach with an A. Moderator Hound with an A. We have Naps44 with a B. Antonio Fuentes A. JDXL B. Indra H giving this an A-. Good morning to you, Indra. Dame Time with a B+. We have a buy rating from Samantha H. Moderator Samantha giving it a B+, A-. Mr. Levitz with an A-. Not gonna lie, man. That's awesome. No, Naps44 definitely not gonna last forever. Definitely not. So huge accumulation right now. Okay, you guys remember this. So Abner Cruz giving this an A. Ziggy780 with an A+. MM with an A. Wow. Man, Daniel Gonzalez with an A-. Guys, check this out, okay? Look at this. What I'm suggesting here is a little dangerous, okay? So wait for it. Right up here, you're looking at a minus 26% loss right now, okay? So that if you're in profits, I would consider taking some, okay? Or maybe take your initial or whatever. You don't want to give back this 26%. B- from Sebastian Lim. Thanks, bro. So please notice that this, let's see, Hound saying any words on the short squeeze aspect. Oof. You're talking about from the Alpine Brokers thing that just happened, bro. I think it was a March 19th. I forgot, or March 19th or March 9th. I just put it up on my Twitter, guys. Watch Avid's video, Avid Trader. He posted that thing, and I'm like, and also Ham Short Killer actually sent me the message to watch that Avid video, and I was tripping out. There could be a market wide short squeeze, March 29th. There we go. Dame Time, thank you so much. So March 29th, Save Pop Culture, thank you very much. Guys, there could be a market wide short squeeze, and I think this is kind of why we're looking at the market starting to rally on that. It's really interesting. So keep an eye, mark your calendars, March 29th. is going to be that day, okay? Because now there's a lot of people talking about fighting the shorts and stuff. So I was actually talking about Zella, my brother. Thank you so much for referring to that. Zella has gone up 40% today. I noticed it on my list, and I was just like, what? Man, but I have a full schedule. I'm gonna try to go over it in the next live stream, okay? But guys, in my personal opinion, remember that we have multiple time frames to the upside, okay? And I'm talking about volatility versus momentum. All of these are suggesting an A. So Roberto Gonzalez, thanks, man. And you're suggesting an A, right? Cool. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, man. And it did happen before too. I think it happened in 2021 or 2019. I forgot when it was, but there was a similar situation like that, fighting shorts, and it just everything went to the moon. So very, very, very close for for us to see a potential upside. I'm talking all of the heavily shorted stocks like GTII, BBBY, AMC, GME, all of those could actually see some type of movement. Okay, of course, there's going to be a lot of fuckery, right? But just watch out for that. But guys, let's go ahead and finalize the rating here for ticker symbol TRKA. Remember, don't take it. Okay, don't take it to the long side out of nowhere, because tomorrow is going to be a potential reaccumulation day. Call it a reaccumulation day, not a red day, right? So yeah, just look at it in that manner. So now the long rating here for TRKA, in my personal opinion, sorry, I'm still gonna actually honor this, but it's gonna be a buy rating of a B plus to A minus, just like it was yesterday. Okay, this is definitely suggesting a massive upside. Okay, and remember, tomorrow is not gonna be the day. Of course, anything can invalidate what I say. Right? Anything can literally just launch this thing to the freaking moon. I get it. Nothing's guaranteed in the market, guys. That's why we play it with stops. Okay? That's why we have our risk management there, so that we can make sure to survive another day of trading, just so that we can get that intraday volatility. Let's get the win, get out, finish the day in an hour. Okay? So, and then the next play. And let's do it again the next day and the next day. And that's how it goes, guys. And then you'll notice that you're a millionaire. Right? So not financial advice. Oh my goodness. All right. So that was a buy rating of B plus to A minus. Very exciting for TRKA. I absolutely love it, guys. So let me just go ahead and add it here to the list, so that later on when everybody comes back, I've been getting over 1,000 views of this live stream every single day. So I really appreciate that. And I want to make sure that I can provide as best the best kind of information for retail, right? So buy rating, let me just note it down right over here. So that's that B plus to A minus. Very exciting times for the markets, you guys. So now let's go ahead and now move on to the next ticker. Okay, so the next ticker is going to be ticker symbol RIVN. Well, this is for RIVN, and that is another EV stock, right? Let's move on. Okay, so ticker symbol RIVN is also suggesting something very silly, okay? We're looking at critical expansion and critical oversold percentile with an upside pivot, or getting ready from the 12-hour to the 2-hour. Check it out. Remember, we're looking for critical volatility and either primed or pivoted towards the upside. Check out the 8-hour. Load it. Here's the 8-hour, right? Check out the 6-hour. There's the 6-hour. Here's the 4-hour. Here's the bi-hourly. And I think that, yeah, and we still on the hourly, right? So I guess, yeah, we can actually consider the hourly too, damn it. And it's already entering critical contraction there. So it's about to flip the script to the upside too. Something is brewing within RIVN, okay? I don't know why. I mean, a good thing is, I guess, let's just look historically what they've done. Let me look at the daily. All right, so, I mean, I know they have earnings coming up. I'm not sure if this is the accurate date, right? But May 11th apparently is the earnings, right? So I thought earnings were all within this period now. But notice this. It's had 1, 2, 3, and 4 earnings beats in a row. Okay, 2 earnings misses right back here, but I mean, this historically, RIVN is looking pretty good, right? So if there is an area for us to load, let's just see the potentials. Okay, let's refer to the RSI starting from the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame. Okay, so a little bit of consolidation on the 30-minute. Let's go to the bi-hourly. Bi-hourly suggesting a little bit of consolidation as well. Okay, we are making a bullish cross above that 14-day simple, which is good, right? But still, let's just see what we can do. Yes, we're going to be covering LHDX, and that is actually going to be 2 tickers from now. All right, so a consolidation on the 6 hour. There's definitely something happening here. It feels like it's a little pensive too. We're starting to get the upside pivot on the 8 hour, but let's continue moving on. Okay, the 12 hour is consolidation as well, slightly bearish. The daily is also consolidation. We're having consolidation everywhere, you guys. So the 3-day is suggesting a downside, and the 5-day is suggesting consolidation. These upper term timeframes are telling me that they're waiting for the shorter term to essentially make that influence, right? So I'm not sure. I am not sure what's going on with this ticker. But whatever is going, we just had an earnings beat, and it actually moved to the upside, and then of course people took that profit. Psychological component noticed right here. Let's just go ahead and notice that there's a gap, right? So the gap is located between here we go, 1765 and 1853. If we do face an upside in this, very likely we can see a rejection from this area, but not to be a rejection like it's done. It's just going to be a rejection as in we're going to knock at the door so that we can fulfill the upside on it. Okay, so the price action that happened, let me go to the 12 hour and see if we can get all the way to the end of trading. So the price action that just happened today, we actually created a new all-time low and 52-week low. Okay, let's look at the cap on this and also the float. So you're looking at a market cap of a massive 14.4 bill, and you're looking at almost $1 billion in the float as well. Okay, so this is a little like a mid cap like this. It's a little too much for my blood, right? It's a little too expensive for me too. I like the small caps, guys. And I mean sometimes the micro caps, right? But more so the small caps. So this is a mid cap, and it is suggesting a potential bounce right now to the upside. And everything is in consolidation. Since we don't know, I guess does anyone have actually any news regarding RIVN? Is there a reason why this could be facing some upside? Shares decline. Okay, check this out. So RIVN shares decline after recall. Okay, so there's a recall happening after a good earnings. My goodness, they really take any type of a catalyst for a downside. Oh my goodness. So deliveries could come under pressure amid supply woes. Capacity adjustments, Goldman says. Okay, so there is some company specific struggles that they're facing, but I assume that as soon as they say yes, then all of this would actually start to realize to the upside. So it seems like it's actually at a pause, and sentiment wants to know what's going to happen from the company. Okay, so in this case, it becomes a fundamental play, and it does not favor the statistics. Okay, so if we're going to have to do statistics, we'll have to backtest every time frame here and gain the probabilities in that manner. But since we don't actually have that, and we're not going to do that, of course, let's just go ahead and now rate the trade, because we're going to be trading between 1570 and 1618 and about 1507 for the coming days. So this is slightly bullish, slightly bearish, sideways trading. Okay, so let's rate it for the longs, guys. Let's dive in. D- being your max loss, D+ being your break even, A+ being your best play. What are we rating this? So Indra H giving this a C rating, very smart. I mean, it is what it is, right? Antonio Fuentes giving this a C as well. So Mr. Levitt's giving this a D play. Okay. Rosy gray glasses, C- until it's ready. Okay, good. Yeah, LHDX. Oh my goodness. So JDXL giving this a B-. Okay, we got a D. and we got an ouch. So yeah, the sentiment is just, you guys are right on. I'm not going to take any credit away from anyone here. You guys are dead on the money. Okay, so in my personal opinion, I feel like this is a solid C minus, because the statistics are there, but we just don't have the fundamentals. So that's just half the battle, right? So as soon as we get the fundamentals, then this can potentially turn into maybe a B trade. Okay, but we need the fundamentals to meet it in this case, right? And you guys know that I don't follow fundamentals ever. Okay, so it really is just based on the data, based on the numbers for me. I don't care what the company does in specific. I really care about what the statistics said, you know, from now in the past as well. So Stickfish is giving it a C minus. EV's taking a pullback in general. Interesting, because Mullen is one of the stocks that we're looking at today. So I'm very curious to see that too. So what's up, Paul? Saying awesome, thanks, Samantha. Oh, you're talking to Sam. All right, so yeah, that's gonna do it for ticker symbol RIVN. Let me just go ahead and make sure that I have that listed here for the long rating, right? So C minus for the rating on the longs. So the next ticker that we're gonna look at, you guys, is ticker symbol SINT. And for some reason, I actually don't have it already listed, right? So let's just see what it has for us, okay? So let's see what it's got. Let's see what it's got. What time is it? All right, gotcha. Very happy that everybody was able to step into the chat today, you guys. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and join the Discord Arca Bulls trading community, okay? Very happy to see everybody in here tonight. So let's see, SINT is the next ticker, and let's pull it up. So that's going to be, is that Syntax Technologies? Is that what it's trying to do? So are they coders? Well, technologies, right? Good stuff. Let's go to the daily, just like always, you guys. Make sure that we're on that log chart and see just how the entire history of this looks. Trading since about 2015 on a downside. Okay, this stock has literally never seen the upside except for sort of this, but everything has been a macro low. Huge gap above us, right? So let me just go ahead and pull this up just like this and see what we can do about this ticker, right? Let's see what it's got. If it's got any juice for us anywhere, that would be incredible for it to have it, right? So all right, so let's just go ahead and notice that there is an upside pivot here. Volatility versus momentum on the daily, heavily fired. The signal is already in and suggesting a continuation of that. Okay, so let's see the ARC RSI as well and see what we got, okay? Because lots of opportunities being presented here. Okay, so the daily RSI is starting to pivot towards the upside. Very nice. Okay, so let's see. Curious that the daily bearish engulfing here actually didn't succeed. So that, yes, I mean, very interesting, because this bearish engulfing here, the red candle engulfing the green one, absolutely happened. And now that this one actually came in, it didn't happen is because it wasn't a bearish engulfing. It actually didn't meet it. This is a little lower. Very, very picky. Very picky. I love it, man. That means that there are very smart traders trading the SINT asset. Okay, so let's just take a note of this massive psychological component right over here, okay? Let's just take it into account because we need it. All right, guys, please remember, LHDX is going to be coming up right after the next ticker, which is PBTS. Okay, so SINT. Let's see. Let's go to the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame. Let's also load up our SMAs and see what it has for us, okay? 30-minute immediate short-term has every single time frame below us. I'm talking about the moving averages, which is good. That means that we have a lot of support. Consolidation on the RSI for the bi-hourly. Let's see for the 30-minute. Let's look at the bi-hourly. Very short upside here, which means that this is likely to trade a range in the short term, right? Likely to 283 from 274. Let's see the 6 hour. The 6 hour is showing us that there's a potential reaccumulation at that SMA 14 and the gravitational pull of the bear strength, which means that it brings relevance to the EMA 7 and the SMA 10. Right down here, the gap between 270 and about 265. Okay, now let's move on. 12-hour is suggesting consolidation. The daily is suggesting consolidation with a slight upside pivot, and consolidation on the bi-daily, consolidation on the 3-day. Whatever it is, guys, please remember also that this just had a reverse split of 1 to 100, similar date to the COSM asset, right? So this is still a little pensive. And I mean, all the setups, volatility versus momentum, they're all primed. They all, just like RIVN, guys. This is just like RIVN. It's all consolidation, but primed. And I'm not sure what's going on or why, right? So check this out. So Syntax Technologies closed this $12 million deal, public offering of units, and the shares fall. Well, I'm mad. I don't understand why they could actually be bearish. And I mean, they don't have such a terrible history. They've had several earnings misses, but they've also had several earnings beats, and more so to expectations. They've also, oh, check this out. They've reverse split a few times. So 2016, 1 to 15 ratio. 2017, they did it again for a 1 to 12. 1 to 30 in July 2019, and just now with a 1 to 100. So they're fighting to survive, right? And let's look at the float and see what it's got for us, right? So the market cap is at it's just 1.5 mil, and look at the float at 310,000. Wow. Okay. All right. So everything on the RSI is suggesting consolidation, but everything in volatility versus momentum is primed for an upside. I don't think that we can move further than where we are now. But if it does, of course, there are two areas to look at. The first area, 338, located right at the relevance of these candles, and of course the bottom side of our gap at 360. But there's no guarantee that that's actually going to do that. In fact, well, I know it's wrong wording. I get it. There's nothing indicating that we're going to make that upside move. So which I'm forced to kind of want to maybe stay away from it a little until it decides whatever, right? So a lot of people can take this opportunity to start loading up. So they'll start loading here. So whenever it's ready in the future, this thing is just going to launch, because this is more likely the floor than not, right? It's in all of the volatility and momentum is suggesting the floor has been found. So I'm not sure that I'm willing to wait. I'm more of a short-term trader. I want the gains now, you know, and I just want to go. For investing, that's a whole different story. But Syntax Technologies feels a little pensive right now, and it feels like it's just gonna kind of trickle down and trickle up here for some time before they decide something. We do have earnings coming up on March 30th, so that could be a potential catalyst. But high risk, very high risk, super over-evaluate. I think the overvaluation here is real. 275 with a 1.4 million cap. And I mean, the float 518,000. It's just, it's too high of a risk and very expensive. I don't think this would be a good one, right? So day trade possible. Yeah, I agree with you, Nat 44. Definitely a potential day trade, range trade, right? But for a swing trade, I feel like there's a lot of danger in this. So let's, now that you know my feelings behind this, so you go ahead and take it the way you do, right? But let's rate it. What are we rating this for the longs? Because there's no capitulation, and there's no, I mean, there are indications that this can rip to the upside, but it's not relevant to now unless there is some type of, unless there is really some type of catalyst that can send this to the moon. So what do you guys think? Let's rate it. D minus being your max loss, D plus being your break even. Let's rate it between D minus and A plus. Oh my goodness, man. And I mean, I understand why there could be a little bit of a loss of words in this, right? Because it's just, yeah, Rosy Gray Glass is giving this a D. Joe H giving this a C. Oh, Joe H, you already know why. Let's see. So we have a D minus. We have a C plus as well, but it's scary. I hear that. We have a C minus as well. C minus with a worth watching. Yeah, I agree with you, Antonio. So giving it a D. We have a D here as well, and another C minus. Daniel Gonzalez giving this a D. So guys, I like that it's primed, right? I like that it's primed for the upside, but I don't see why it would run. So also the 500,000 float, it's so little. You know, and it's I feel like I don't know, guys. I'm gonna give you my own rating on this, and I feel like if I did play this for a day range, then I would likely fall with a tiny profit. So in my personal strategy, I'm just gonna give this a C minus. Okay, borderline D plus. So I know that I wouldn't break even on this, but I know that I would probably make a tiny upside. And the thing is that when you make that tiny upside, is it even covering your broker commissions? Is it even covering your entry, taxes and all that stuff? So all of which are things that should be incurred into or factored into your system in the first place, right? So C minus would be a very bullish statement coming from me for this. It almost got a D plus. So yeah, that's going to do it for ticker symbol SINT, as I am not the biggest fan of it. Sebastian Lim, I will kick you. All right, dude. So be careful with this one. All right, man. So, yeah, let's move on. What do we got for ticker symbol PBTS? As I do have that one ready and loaded. There is PBTS is looking pretty good. Please remember that your descending channels are, they're a macro statement, right? Oh, hold on just a sec, guys. Let me make sure that I can put the battery on the charger on the laptop. I'm about to run out of battery. All right, so here we go. So PBTS. Yeah, so I was saying that your descending channels are usually that bullish formation, right? It represents a potential reversal of a macro reversal, especially when you're looking at them on the daily. All right, so good. Stick Vicious, you didn't have a comment on this one. I love it, man. I love it. So in this case, there could have been that floor already found, okay? And the upside is already starting. So there is now, let me see. I'll give it to you. There we go. So we have one drive so far on the daily. Let me just put it just like this, right? And from this pivot, which is this candle right over here, to this here, that marks one drive of hidden bearish divergence. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, divergences happen when there is an opposition of price action versus momentum. Okay, so in this case, when you're looking at momentum making, and this is a phantom drive, right? So it's going through price action. So you're looking at higher highs on momentum, and you're looking at a lower high structure in price action. So when that opposition happens, there is, or it can be known as a drive of hidden bearish divergence. Okay, so, and it is already in play and confirmed, but that doesn't mean it's over. It could mean that there is a potential for reloading. Okay, so what, where, and why? So let's go ahead and move on to the shorter time frames. First of all, notice that we have that SMA 10 located at 949. Okay, so that's already a potential. Let's go back to the 30-minute though and look at the RSI. So 30-minute RSI suggesting a downside. Okay, we're already seeing that downside is more than relevant. Bi-hourly is suggesting a downside as well. And it looks like it's limited because we have that upside pivot on that 14-day simple. 52 spots, 5.6% to be exact. So 6 hour is suggesting, I don't like these little pivots, right? I don't like them. I don't like these little pivots because when they do that little pivot, they often fail. Right. So I'm not going to put a lot of trust in that. So I'm not going to use or utilize the 6 hour. So the 12 hour also has that little ridiculous pivot, which I hate, which, by the way, that drive of hidden bearish divergence can actually be seen as well from the 12 hour too. OK, so that's even more a downside validation. Right. We already saw the daily. And OK, so here's the play. The bi-daily time frame is suggesting a limited downside. Okay, so the distance here is pretty great, which means that I can actually favor this range down here, which would be, let me just put it in for you just like this. I can actually favor the range of about 826 to about 857 for a loading zone in this area, okay? Because of the, I mean, the bi-daily RSI signal to that 14-day simple is kind of a, it's kind of a long distance away, right? So, all right, so now we have, and there we go. So the 3-day is telling you that that would be the corrective move, and then the 5-day sideways, right? So it is waiting for the shorter time frames to actually make that support touch before an upside continuation. So let me just look at volatility versus momentum now and see if there's anything that could be indicative of an upside. Maybe the 8-hour, but we're still, yeah, maybe the 8-hour. Actually, the 8-hour is suggesting an upside continuation pretty aggressively, but not everything is. Okay, so if we do get an upside, it's going to be based on first a retracement to 943. We could potentially find a bounce to test our current highs of about 1102. Then we would meet the 6-hour for this touchdown here at 858, and then eventually meet the 8-hour. So this downside could actually happen tomorrow. The 8-hour could happen by potentially, let me see, Monday. And the 8-hour would touch the SMA 200 at about 11 cents. So there is a range to trade here, but I don't see any type of like real moonshot. And we do have critical volatility on the bi-hourly, so that's why I'm saying that there's likely some zigzagging that's going to happen within tomorrow. So if you guys are uncomfortable with trading ranges, so you would just have to identify it first, right? So it's usually pretty good for day traders to know this type of range, right? So SMA 200 would be that top range, and this area down here, and it looks like it's already started it in a sense, right? So we could be riding this area here. When that, and if you're curious about what that percentage is, take a look at the very lowest area, right? We can take our measuring tool and just measure up here. You're looking at 34% up and down. Okay, so it does present a pretty nice opportunity knowing where your range is, right? So while it's not an upside, it does have potential for you to get short this stock, for you to get long it, for you to get short, for you to get long, right? So it's a pretty nice opportunity if it does end up doing this, like we're suggesting, right? So, and I mean, I'm actually pretty interested in that, right? Because when you this is a lot, there's a lot more edge in this than there is like even dare I say TRKA, right? Because in this essence, like there's not that much attention in this. So like TRKA or LHDX, so which means that this can actually gain you 34% a day, right? So, and you don't want to say guaranteed shots, but it's just, you know, the range now, right? And the range is actually, let me just bring this back and go ahead and notice just how relevant that range is. We tested a lot, right? Then we broke outside of it, nice. And we came back and tested it again, tested that range, right? We failed it, we came back up, we tested it, then we failed it and test again and test, then bottom side, test again, rejection. So you can see that there is the potential of trading this, okay? So it's nice, it's not bad. All right, so Joe H, absolutely, man. Yeah, when we can look at potentials to kind of look, you know, to just find that range. Oh my goodness, it favors the longs and the shorts. Handshake, in and out, let's go. You know what I mean? So it's a good opportunity. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, you guys, now that we know what the potentials are for PBTS, let's rate it for the longs. D-, remember, being your max loss, D+ being your break. D+ being your break even. What are we rating it for the longs? Let's do it from D- to A+. And if you're curious about the market cap, of course, the market cap is 21.2 mil. The float is about 174 mil. So the float is nice, but I wish that this were in the 200s or the 100 mil minimum, right? So C+, Sebastian Lim, C+ solid on Joe H. Mark Roach giving this a C as well. The sentiment is there, guys. It really is. It really is matching your feelings. So Rosie Gray Glasses giving this a B-. Paul giving this a C. Samantha H giving this a C. Nice. I like it. I like it. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna deny anybody's ratings, right? So let's go ahead and I'm gonna give you my rating here, you guys. So I feel like this is a solid C plus, and the reason why the C plus is because you can see here that at any moment, so if I'm short this stock here, you know, it can actually push to the upside, right? So if but there's just risk, right? So we want to just know we just want to be as clear as we can with the rating, right? So Northwest giving this a D plus. We we want a GTII review. Oh my goodness, man. Geez, if I looked at it earlier, let me, you know what? I'll give it just a quick couple minutes, right? So let me just go ahead and note down here that we gave this a rating of a C plus. Okay, hold on just a sec. I'll give that to you real quick. I'm not even sure what I rated SINT. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. We actually have it right over. No, we don't. Let me see. Oh yeah, we gave it a C minus, right? I want to just make sure that I have those notes, guys, so that everybody, when you guys come back, you know, you'll know what the actual deal is, right? Thank you everybody for stopping by. Please make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and everything will be good. All right, so yeah, you guys, let me just give GTII just a couple minutes over here. I already saw it. I saw it earlier, and man, it's just CRTD was the one that took me. You know, man, actually, that's an incredible one that we're gonna look at GTII, LHDX, then CRTD, okay? Because CRTD is an amazing play, and that one I think is gonna face some serious upside. Okay, so GTII, let's look at. I was actually waiting for the closure of this 3-day. Okay, so the 3-day, we have price action going to the downside, likely to pressure volatility versus momentum to the downside as well. Okay, thank you, Northwest. Love you too, man. So it means that there's still more loading to look at. Okay, I don't want to look at that channel, but this one here is the one that I've been talking about, right? So we're fighting the uptrend, right? So please notice that the downside that we faced today was in fact the support touch of the bottom side, the absolute bottom side of the channel, right? So go ahead and notice that this was my channel down here, and I had the extra line just in case we did face this bottom. Of course, we've now faced it 2 consecutive days. Okay, so there's the touch, and I feel like the bounce is very healthy. The reason why we're not moving up just yet is because we're in the validation point or period before we can make that upside, okay? We have to wait for it. So let me move on here. This is another thing I was going to point out in the video that I couldn't make today, right? But notice here that the 6-hour has a very bullish setup. That's a huge, huge hammer candle. We faced the resistance of the SMA 10. It's not bad. It just means that we have a potential upside coming in, but I can't validate just yet. Let's just go ahead and refer to our momentum and see what it has to say for the shorter term, all the way into maybe a couple days ahead of time. Okay, so right away from the 30-minute immediate short term, we can see a limited downside with that SMA 14 being below us. The 4-hour is still suggesting an upside over here, and it's crossing in to the this is actually a very important time frame though. It's crossing into the bear weakness percentile, but it did cross above the 14-day simple, which means now we have support from the gravitational pull and the 14-day simple below us. So that's good, okay? Similar situation here, except that it's in the inverse, right? So the 8-hour is making a very bullish cross. Let's see the percentage. It's just outside of the gravitational zone, okay? So, and it means that now we have the 14-day simple and this gravitational zone down here as support. It's good too, okay? So the 12-hour is suggesting a slowing down, still a little bearish though, of the bear pressure, okay? So now in the buy daily, let me see the daily and the buy daily actually. So buy daily and daily are slightly bullish, slightly bearish, consolidating still. This is still very much indicative of what I'm saying, okay? Let's go back to this one here. So yeah, what we're looking at here is range trading between the range of about, I would say 138 to about 125. Okay, so this is, I feel like we just need to make sure that this is the bottom line and the floor for GTII before a continuation onto the upside. Okay, so GTII is still looking, it's still looking bullish, but we definitely have to validate this. And upon this validation, then there could be a pretty explosive move to the upside, because this would essentially start it would be the beginning of wave number 3, which can take us all the way to $4.74 over the span of about a few weeks. Okay, so this is not looking bad. Okay, you guys. So this we just have to wait a little bit, is what I'm saying. And now looking at the timing, right? So peak to peak, you're looking at about 37 days, and also peak to peak, it would suggest that maybe $5.42, March 13th, I guess. I mean, it's, of course, nothing actually has to happen like this with time fractal, right? So no, of course not. But it's kind of suggesting it. So yeah, we just have to validate this area first, and then we can make that upside. Okay, you guys. So there's still some downside to look at, but remember, it's range trading right now. So that's going to do it for ticker symbol GTII. I'm not going to rate this one, okay, because we just want to make sure that we can kind of validate those areas first. All right, you guys, very cool stuff. So I'm going to leave this as a no rating and then continue on the analysis, okay, you guys? So remember that we're going to come back. Remind me if I forget, because this is, guys, I want to look at this with you, although I already released a video, okay? But there is massive upside to look at for CRTD, okay? Huge amount of time frames, a lot of upside. All right. So just if I don't come back to it, remind me, because it's of incredible importance that we go over that trade, okay, you guys? So Leo saying, sorry man, storm has knocked out the power here in Texas. We'll watch the video later. Thanks, Arca and family. Dude, what? You come in here and you drop money into this and leave me? Thank you so much for your donation, my friend. Thank you, my bro. And if there's anything I can do, Leo, you always do this, man. You never ask me for anything. Please let me know if there's anything I can do for you, my dude. Thank you. And I hope the power comes back on. And I hope don't open the fridge. Don't open the fridge, man. Leave that closed. Okay? Unless absolutely necessary, leave your fridge closed. Okay? You don't want to let the cold out. All of it is gonna spoil. All right, you guys. So yeah, that was it for ticker symbol GTII. Let's look at LHDX. My goodness, what is going on with LHDX? Damn it. All right, so yeah, if you guys are remembering, hold on just a sec. Let me just make sure that I can post that time, right? Let's see. I have not looked at AMC today, my brother. Let's see. Tesla is coming up. Tesla is actually, Tesla's coming up still. And I have not looked at, what was it, BBIG? I have not looked at BBIG either. Okay, so I can put them on the list for you. You know, I just have to let you know that I haven't looked at those other tickers. Okay, so let me just put it on the list right now before I forget that you want BBIG. Okay, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to get to it today, by the way, but it's on there. Okay, and also, of course, AMC. But if you want to see AMC, I already released the dedicated video to it. I just released it a couple hours. Guys, let me open up the window. It's getting ridiculous hot in here because the girls have the heat on outside. Let's get this. You know how it gets up in here, man? It gets really hot. Okay, so here we go. Just a sec, you guys. Just a quick sec. Every single day. So the reason why I don't open up the window right off the bat is because it's freaking freezing outside. So I can't just do that. You guys can still hear me, by the way? While I try to get this damn thing situated over here. I love how I say that I want to just open up the window and then immediately lose like 6 viewers. Things couldn't get any funnier. All right. But now, enjoy. You can hear me a lot better. Let's do it. All right, so LHDX, you guys, let's see. My goodness, man. Yeah, I just had to open up that window. Man, it gets really hot in here. So, let's see. Guys, definitely today was the expectations. We were literally saying that we have the same areas to load, right? So it did come back. But please notice that the daily is still suggesting a continuation. But let me see what the 12 hour is saying. There, yeah. Okay, so the daily is suggesting that continuation, but the 12 hour may be almost bottoming out. But let me just zoom in. And, okay, it's making a cross. It's making the bearish cross, but it's slowing down, which means that I can give high relevance to 43.42. Actually 43.06. Okay, so. Let's see what we can do about the loading zone and about the upside in this. Well, let's go ahead and refer to the 30-minute. Chase Cross saying LHDX is going to be delisted on Monday. Yes, definitely. So I'm wondering if this is actually going to do it or not, right? Because right now, this is day traders freaking... This is... I can't get enough of love of you, baby. Barry White. I love that guy. Oh my goodness. If I had a voice low like his, that would be super cool. Yeah, you guys, I'm not sure what's going on with LHDX in that aspect, but this is a day trader's range now. You know what I mean? So if it is going to face the downside, it's going to follow technicals because we already know that delisting is going to happen, right? So oh my goodness, man. Let's see the buy hourly. The buy hourly suggesting again, it's slowing down the bear pressure, right? So it's so like meaning that effective tomorrow, right? Effective tomorrow, it's not gonna do anything. Like I'm talking about at the end of the day tomorrow. That's it. Let's see. I sold LHDX in the 90s, small loss. Okay, in PM based on your video yesterday and locked back in the high 50s. So wait, you did make money or you didn't? My goodness, man. So, yeah, you guys, is this, so tomorrow, after tomorrow, at the end of the session, this is done, right? This is not going to be trading anymore. I'm asking those who know the fundamentals on this, actually. Pre-market. Oh, I see. So the load, okay, there is a higher relevance down here, but guys, if this is for real, talking about just one more day. Oh, I'm happy to hear that, Paul. I'm happy to hear that you saved money based on me, dude. I love it. Okay, so at the end of day tomorrow, this is done. Okay, you guys. So, let's look at the 4-hour and 6-hour momentum. Okay, so they're looking like they're slowing down too. What? Is this just going to create one final hoorah? Is that like the deal here? The daily is suggesting that the daily is definitely suggesting the 43.06. Buy daily and 3-day are also suggesting the 43.06. And we don't have even enough time. We don't even have enough time. Guys, if this, yeah, damn it. If this were to have a little more time of trading, then this was setting up a very big ass bullish thing. This was a buy formation breakout of 2 consecutive bullish formations and in macro time frames. That's what's happening here. I thought they had till June 12th to meet compliance, but it's just gonna go to pink right after this. Is no longer gonna be NASDAQ listing. New life, new wife soon. So meaning that LHDX is going to continue trading within the value, right? Yeah, that's what Indra H. That's exactly what I'm asking. I'm thinking that if this thing just gets suspended and then it comes back into trading, there's going to be a sell-off right away. So, and if that sell-off does happen, let me see. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, and breakout 5. If there is a sell-off on this, which I'm almost, yeah, I'm thinking that's what it's going to be called, LHDXQ or something like that. Eric Powerlifter, thank you for your donation, my friend. You're saying a little support for you, dude. Not much, but something. What? That's incredible, dude. It's so much. Many thanks for the extra perspective you give us all. Boil calls have been printing for a few days now. That's awesome, dude. I'm super happy that you took it. The boil play that we looked at a couple days ago or a few days ago, definitely good move. 2x lever too, man. Wow. So yeah, you guys, I'm thinking that LHDX is gonna continue to the downside tomorrow. Potentially, I'm not sure that it can actually find a 31.24. It may actually find it though, right? So yeah, like that. That's So run. You're talking about it's probably going to act like AVCTQ. Yeah, just like that. And AVCTQ actually had a huge pump recently, right? So I'm thinking that it's gonna behave a similar way. But the thing is that the moment that it starts trading pink, I definitely see a downside continuation and very likely to test the 10-cent area. When we do reach this area, I wouldn't go long just yet. If it does continue to capitulate, consider longing the 7-cent. And then from here, my people, we could probably moon. So we'll continue taking a look at it though, because this is gonna remain with a lot of attention. There's gonna be a lot of sentiment in this, meaning that there could be a lot of short positions opening effective 43.06 or just above, maybe even 44.60. Of which can then actually make this thing capitulate even further, right? They're going to cover, and then at the opening of the OTC, which it may actually gap up just a little bit, then the short positions would actually take it all the way down. And based on their covering, it's not going to be buy pressure. It's going to be their covering that's going to shoot this thing. And it's going to be very, I almost think that this is a better short play than anything. But this, it's just, I wish it had more time. I wish it didn't have to, I wish it didn't suspend, because this is massively bullish. It's just, this setup is not screaming bears at all. This setup here is historically bullish, huge upside. It's really too bad. But we made our 40% gains, or whoever was able to, right? So it's all good, you guys. So, to be very honest, my targets for tomorrow are looking between 43.06, was it 42.06 or 43? Yeah, 43.06 to 30.08 is what I'm looking at tomorrow. Mark Roach, we on the same page. I'm happy to hear that. Okay, you guys. So that's going to do it for ticker symbol LHDX. And guys, let's not rate this, of course. We don't want to trap anyone in this, okay? Especially if longs are already in it. Okay, so 10:23 p.m. was when I landed in the long rating on this. I'm putting no rating. Remember, guys, no rating. Yeah, guys, I want to talk to you about, I want to see what you guys think about this. It's CRTD. Oh my goodness. Ooh, God, I'm surprised that I even remembered, right? So I released a video on this today, and I feel like something's going on with CRTD, and I don't know why, right? So there's a lot of time frame that is now suggesting that the bears are maybe done. Okay, well, I mean, and it's actually showing up in the 8 hours. So this is now starting to consolidate after just downside, right? So now we're above the 14-day simple. And this as well, the pivot is actually starting to kind of weaken a little bit. So, and when you start to see the real weakness coming in, is actually, let me see the buy daily. Yeah, it's coming in the buy daily. So the buy daily is now suggesting, I know it's in the gravitational zone, but it's suggesting consolidation, and also the upper term time frames, like the 3-day is facing upside, and then the 5-day is in the gravitational zone expecting a pull. Okay, so if we're looking at the buy hourly, we have an immediate support from both the gravitational zone and the 14-day simple. Okay, so that's all kind of showing that the bears may be done, or there's a floor found. Okay, so, and now in reference to volatility, let me see the buy daily, because I think, yeah, check it out. So the buy daily is reaching critical volatility, and we're starting to pivot towards the upside. I think it was max the buy daily. There we go. Yeah. So the 3-day is about to do it too, but it's in preparation. So which means that it's waiting for the influence from the shorter time frames. Okay. So the buy daily is very close to it and already suggesting that potential curvature. The upside is being suggested on the daily, and I'm talking about volatility versus momentum. Okay. Now, critical volatility about to be touched on the 12-hour with an upside pivot in stochastics. 8-hour critical volatility contraction with upside on that momentum. Critical volatility on the 6-hour with upside. Critical volatility with upside on the 4-hour. And I think that was the max. I think that was the max. Okay, well, the hourly is now suggesting an upside too. So arguably all the way. Oh, right. So the faster time frame is already suggesting an upside, which means it's going to pressure the 14-day simple to the upside from contraction. Okay. So yes, we have from the 3-day to the bi-hourly, all of these time frames. And here's the other thing. I noted this. I'm talking about when I first started looking at CRTD weeks ago, right? Weeks ago. I noticed that we had a very strong demand zone here. And I'm talking about when I think we were right about here when I started looking at this. I think it was October 2022. And I was suggesting this top here, I was suggesting this bottom. And we ended up making all the moves that the supply and demand zones suggested. It was very trivial, right? So I put this down here. I said, okay, well, this is a very important demand zone. So I'm just going to leave it there. So eventually we reached it and we've been testing it and consolidating in it, which is just incredible that we found that relevance. The next thing is that we printed our first daily candle upside of the demand zone yesterday. And then we printed the second daily iteration of upside of this demand zone today too. All alongside volatility in multiple timeframes doing this oval. So this is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm feeling like there could be a there could be a floor already found, or if not very near. So referencing again, if you're unclear, right? So 30-minute immediate short-term downside, but the bi-hourly is giving it a very limited downside, which is pretty much reminiscent to what we're looking at within the demand zone right down here. 1678 possible bounce to the upside. So it's very short term, any downside that it's looking at. And then everything else is just consolidation, which of course it needs to consolidate after being shocked, after being shocked like the way that we're looking, this massive capitulation. Of course, it's going to have to chill here for a bit before it just knows that the upside is next. So Ovaltine, I haven't thought about that drink. Wasn't it in the show or something? I forgot, a cartoon. I don't remember. But yeah, you guys. So this is looking very juicy, and I just don't know what to make of it. So if you guys know more about this damn thing, please chime in. But everything is suggesting a potential explosion for CRTDs soon. Oh man, chat. Let's dive in. What are we rating this? Lawsuit? Wow. You mean who are they suing? GTII? Oh my goodness. That's awesome, Mark Roach. The Alpine lawsuit, of course, for the March 29th thing. Is that gonna just open up the can of worms? Guys, what? So we have a catalyst? Joe H. You just came in hot with a D. Bro. Dude, just look, bro. Look. Okay, just take your screen, the whole screen, and flip it upside down and pretend that buy means short. And then you're going to make $1 million. Oh my goodness. Oh, guys. So we have a catalyst and we have the freaking setup. Ooh. All right. CRTD could be the next play, guys. What's going down here? What's going down? Oh my goodness, man. What guys, keep on rating it. Keep on rating it. What are we getting? So Naps44 giving it a C+. Stick Vicious with a C+. David Parr giving this a B+. Oh man. Is that Catalyst for sure? Is the Catalyst like, is that definitely coming in? Is that why the March 29th thing is happening? Yeah, Mark Roach, it has a lawsuit. So, Joe H is saying it's a nagging X. Mark Roach giving it a C+. Dude. Samantha H giving this a B+ as well. David Parr, the more people hate, the more I love it. Samantha H, did you watch Zach's video? Yes, actually Ham sent it to me. And I replied to him immediately like, let's go. And I reposted it in Twitter. Alex giving us a C+. Diego Rivera tomorrow, sorry. Yeah. Oh, well, I sent him a comment. I sent Avid Trader a comment on his YouTube telling him that I shared it, right? So I'm not even sure if he even replied to that just yet, but I'm sure he probably did. Stickfish is saying, I listened to him today. Lawsuit's gonna change things. That's why I mean that there could be a market-wide, like heavily shorted micro caps and small caps moonshots. Okay, there could be Pluto shots everywhere. But we've heard a lot of catalysts like this, and it's not always. Yeah, CRTD is definitely a gift. So did we just catch CRTD? This is my point here, okay? Did we just catch CRTD at the strongest demand that I actually suggested a long time ago? Of course, the strongest demand would be actually down here, right? 1 and 2. But this demand zone is heavily confluent, right? So did we just catch CRTD at the freaking demand zone with every freaking time frame set up for an upside run, with all of the RSI suggesting consolidation and possible upside on the 5-day, which is, by the way, the time frame that's going to be relevant to when March 29th happens? Getting hot and bothered. Oh man, David Parr, I think we just bottomed, bro. I think we found it. Oh man. Guys, all right. It's time for Arca to freaking rate the thing. Tomorrow, I think it actually, Samantha, tomorrow I'm thinking it's actually going to be around 1698. Maybe, I mean, barely sub 17. It could be just 17 flat, right? But remember when you have an opening of a candle that's flat like this one here, that very likely we can actually just succeed the upper term. So look historically, and then you'll find higher wicks, just like this one here. So very likely it could actually be about 1765. So, and guys, I'm giving it to you like I would give it to the members course, right? 1765 would be my very personal type of target. Remember, I'm not a financial advice. I am not a financial advice. I can't think clearly, guys. Okay, remember, none of this is to be considered as financial advice. Please take whatever I do show and iterate as just a form of entertainment. Do your own due diligence. Everything will be fine, guys, okay? Diego Rivera, what the hell are you talking about over there? What am I taking a look at? What is LUNR and why? Okay, hold on. So CRTD, CRT, bro, I am talking to you about CRTD and you're telling me about LUNR. My goodness, man, I am trying to make you money, Diego Rivera. LUNR. Oh man, it's like, bro, I'm trying to make you money. All right, so another good thing here is that we have a bullish engulfing right there on the daily. Didn't notice it before, didn't put it in the video like a freaking amateur. Sorry, guys, but there it is, okay? And this candle is closing above it, so this is good, okay? This is good. This means that we're going to go down. we're gonna go down to 17, maybe 60 something, right? And then we could go up. So Joe H, what you saying? I'll buy 150,000 shares tomorrow if you can tell me if I can become a millionaire next week. Well, Joe H, there's nothing I can statistically tell you that with. As you know, my statistics are where my edge sits, right? So do not buy 150,000 shares, you freaking whale. Okay. But honestly, bro, I really do, I myself, just speaking like in a more serious note, like I really do see like a serious potential for an upside here. So that means that Arca has to give this a damn rating already. Okay. Before we give Diego Rivera a lunar landing. All right. So let me see. Okay. So the long rating for this one, guys. All right, so CRTD, man, I hate it because I don't know officially what's going on with those fundamentals. I don't know those fundamentals, right? Rating, moon. Samantha H with an A. Oh, my goodness, guys. So, 38 cents, right? But they're the catalyst. They are, CRTD is the catalyst for whatever's about to happen with this, like, market-wide short squeeze. So, man, okay, guys, I have to give this an A minus. Okay, so and it's a very rare thing that I just can't believe that I'm actually doing this again, right? It almost makes me feel like I'm a little irresponsible by doing this, but I'm looking at volatility versus momentum. The statistics are meeting it, the technicals are meeting it, the geometrics are meeting it, meaning math in general is meeting it. We have the fundamental catalyst and we have the freaking floor. So there's a lot rhyming here. Okay, so very likely I'm going to put up a play, okay? So yeah, man. It makes me like I literally just started itching out of nervousness right now, right? Because it's just I hate giving things ratings like this because it's really nerve-wracking, right? So I'm giving, I'm going to stick to it too. Okay. So I'm giving CRTD an A minus. So yeah, damn, Daniel is right. So this, guys, I'm going to put up the play tonight for this one because damn. And I actually did put up a video too. And I haven't even seen my Twitter. It's probably blowing up right now. Like, what are you talking about? Is it going to really moon? So CRTD, Wes, is that Wes, the CEO? And he's the reason why this thing is going to freaking moonshot or what? What the hell? Oh, God. Yeah, man, this is getting me really hot and bothered and stuff. So CRTD with a long rating of A minus, and I'm definitely going to stick to it. So, and by any chance, are you guys already long this? And are you guys in a losing position? Bro, seriously, I have literally three. Well, it was a buy rating of a B minus, a B plus, A minus yesterday, right? Then we had Boyle also. I think it was an A minus on that one. I'm not too sure. I need a cold shower or something. I need to step outside into the 30-degree weather. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Samantha. So yeah, guys, there's something serious happening here with CRTD. This is a huge vengeance. A huge vengeance. So, Richard, no, I haven't actually looked at it because I needed to cover all of these other ones where people are just gonna make massive wins, right? So please remember, we have TRKA with a B plus, A minus from today. Okay, and that one is still moonshotting. Now CRTD just taking the mad reins today with a massive A minus. Powerlifter, what you saying, man? So random ticker, GEHC, newish healthcare company, seems to do well when the overall markets go down. Any chance of a super quick review? If not, no worries. So, I mentioned, okay, I'll do it. No problem. Let me just do, I have to do Tesla next, right? So I'm going to do Tesla. I still have to do, and I'm sorry, I have to do LUNR or whatever that was. So guys, let me take care of LUNR and Tesla, right? So, B, I believe your analysis, not so sure on lawsuits involving the government. Patrick L, very smart. Thank you so much for that. Rosy Gray Glass is saying unlikely soon, but CRTD and GTII could revisit a merger. That would be incredibly bullish. So guys, regarding Zella, I'm actually considering making a dedicated video to that because that thing just ripped 40% today. And I said, I think it was 2 weeks ago where I said that Zella found the bottom. People were saying not likely to me in Twitter. And I'm like, yes, likely to me. I don't know anything about its fundamentals. I don't even know why it ripped, but I did release a video saying that I think Zella found the floor. And then fools over there saying, nah, Arca, you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. You're just a pumper. Arca is not a pumper. Arca just speaks the math. Whatever the math says, I'm going to tell you, okay? If that shit says 1 + 1, I'm going to give you 2. I'm not going to give you 48. All right? Okay, so guys, yeah, let's just move on with the analysis and see what we're getting. Joe H, do not get bored because Tesla may actually get you really excited, man. So let's see what's up. Let's see what's up with TSLA. Let's get away from this. There we go. So now we can see what's up. Okay, so I think I actually had it right up here somewhere. There we go. Okay, so Tesla, guys. The reason why I feel like the downside is more relevant than not for ticker symbol Tesla is this, okay? So I don't know if you remember me putting out a video on this, but I did a back test of volatility versus momentum on Tesla. I think it was, I forgot when it was. It was recent though, and I noticed actually that it had a huge hit rate. So on the bi-daily chart, BBWP coming from expansion to contraction, I noticed that there were 20 iterations of which 16 were guessed correctly to the upside. That gives us an 80% accuracy for a 50% move to the upside over 30 days. It's incredible, right? So this was my drawing here, and 49% took us to about 183.81, right? And of course it went up. Of course it went up just beyond it, right? It likely went up to the higher end of the first standard deviation in statistics, right? If you're familiar with math, then that's what it is. Very likely went up to the higher end of the first standard deviation, and now is actually reverting from it. It's absolutely normal for it to do it. That means that we have now a 17th iteration, okay, giving this probably just a slight advantage to that 18%. That's why I'm saying that I feel like the move is done. Okay, so meaning that this volatility versus momentum backtest has played out, and it already is gapping down too. Notice on the bi-daily that we have a gap located literally between both iterations, and that is, let's see, 194.12 to 198.76 is this gap. Okay, so and we've already tested it as a resistance and created it, of course. But I mean, you know what I freaking mean. Okay, so let's see now. First of all, bi-daily making a very bearish cross of the 14-day simple. Okay, so this can actually be a good puts play. All right, so those of you who don't know how to short, this could be a massive put play. Okay, so just hold it just a sec, because the reaccumulation period here is likely going to happen after we touch 155.20, if we could even get that low, right? So when we do touch 155.20, this can bounce to the upside and start accumulating based on earnings coming up, which is going to be on when? It says it here, April 24th, okay? So Eric Powerlifter saying, LOL, my MacBook fan always turns on when I watch her lives. Brightness down. It's getting hot and bothered like CRTD just made all of us, man. Damn. All right, so yeah, you guys, I'm telling you that this is going to be a good short or so far, okay? Just hold on. Let's refer to the RSI on the 30-minute. Okay, so the RSI 30-minute immediate short-term time frame is already suggesting a downside, but it may be limited. But hold on, let's continue puzzling it together. Here it is. This bi-hourly is suggesting, let me just confirm with the 4 and the 6. Yes, okay, so the bi-hourly is by itself suggesting the failure of the 30-minute. Okay, so this is going to continue to the downside. We're going to face this gravitational zone. Actually, I'm sorry, we're in the gravitational zone right now. So likely to fail the 14-day simple And now moving on to the 4 hour and 6 hour, we still have that downside. Of course, it's a little slowing down, but it's no problem. Let's see what it's got. Okay, the 12 hour in that gravitational zone of the bear weakness percentile, suggesting a downside. Okay, cool. So let's see the daily. Okay, nosedive on the buy daily. And then we have a limited downside on the 3-day. That's the play. Okay, so I'm telling you. The buy day or the 3-day, sorry, the blah, man, come on, can you talk English or what? Who hired this guy? If you can look at the distance between the RSI signal and the 14-day simple, it could be indicative of a couple targets, including the buy daily gap that we're talking about, okay? But in this case, please notice that the 14-day simple is in the gravitational zone of the bear weakness percentile because it's going to be a support. Okay, so we have the support from two ranges now, the 14-day simple and the gravitational zone before a bounce to the upside. So that means that the bears are temporarily in control. And let's move on. Let's move our, let's see this. Let me get a little more surgical too, just in case. All right, so likely we can bounce tomorrow. Okay, very, very short-term bounce. Okay, 176.80 to test our current highs or current opening candle, 187. And this, and I mean, it may actually bounce all the way to 194.58. So if I'm going to give you a zone, then I'm talking, guys, short sellers, okay? I'm speaking to you. I'm speaking to the downside, okay? Your opening would literally be between about 187.07 to 194.10, okay? This is your opportunity. Okay, so meaning you get short, you open short here, and you wait for this. Okay, do not open short until we validate. Okay, so you have to, you can't FOMO in. Don't FOMO in on this drop. Okay, wait for the drop, let it bounce, then enter, then get short. Okay, then after that, let's measure the move because there is a. I mean, if you did get in, let's just say from right now. Let's see. Actually, from the lower end. Let's just say you got in at 187.07. Yeah, you're looking at a 17% gainer to the downside from the lower end. Okay, so if we do test, which is very likely, we do test this range here of 194.25, that changes your odds, right? That changes your win rate to now over 20% gain. Okay, so huge downside. And I'm talking about if it favors the support of this gap. Okay, because if it actually fails the support, then damn, you would be looking for a 25% trade plus. Okay, so yes, this can actually be, guys, for the long traders, you can get long puts, long calls. Okay, but long calls wait for the opening at about 154.77. Live shares wait for the opening of about 154.77. And short sellers wait for the entry anywhere between 186.25 to about 193.96. If you're an aggressive short seller, conservative short seller. I'm talking very, very, very conservative short seller, meaning that you don't care if you miss the opportunity, then open short at this target 198.59. Which would then maximize your profitability ratio to now about, let's see, 22% to the higher end of the gap. If it does fill the gap, then you're looking at minimum 26% gain. Okay, so this is it's a downside play right now. The bears are in control. Okay, so the only thing that can change this is the broader market. So if the broader markets look bullish, if the upside is just going to happen out of nowhere, then it may pressure Tesla to the upside. But remember that Tesla has the power as a mega cap to influence and to make the broader markets the sympathy run to Tesla. Okay, so it's that big. All right, so we can treat it as an index by itself, right? Because it's so large. So yeah, you guys, that's essentially what I'm looking at for Tesla, which is an incredible opportunity for both longs and the shorts. So if you're going to do long puts, you're looking at a 20 plus gain long puts. And if you're looking short, 20 plus gain short, right? And also the other opportunity is to gain entry as a first zone at 154.77, right? At this bottom target where we can likely start to recover. And in that case, Let's see. Yeah, in that case, then we would actually start making the next wave. We're then going to start creating the Elliott wave cycle or an ABCD strategy, right? So this is going to start building an ascending channel. Or yeah, it's just, I mean, an ascending channel is indicative of an ABCD, right? So, and then the Elliott wave will start to include the E wave retracement. So yeah, it's looking good for both the short sellers and the longs for Tesla. So that's awesome, you guys. So let's not rate this one though, you guys, because there is kind of a lot going on within it, right? So let me just leave it at that. And let me make sure to update my notes here, and then everything will be good. All right, guys. So yeah, Diego Rivera, what's up, man? Let me look at ticker symbol LUNR. I didn't even know how to say it, right? Let's see what LUNR has to say for you, man. All right. I've never looked at it before either, so it's entirely a new ticker for me. Powerlifter, what's up, man? All right. I was about to say, damn, LUNR's looking like it's following the broader markets. All right, so let's see. So NASDAQ ticker. Bro, why? Why do you do this to me? Oh, my goodness. $136. Did you take profit there, or are you long there? Diego Rivera, I am going to kick you. Where are you? Where are you in this, bro? I hope that you're about to answer. I'm in this Arca 855. And I'm currently sitting. I hope you're about to tell me this. And I am currently sitting 100% up, but 14,000% down. All right, good. I'm happy that you took the profits. All right, awesome. That's good to know. Powerlifter, you've been working out? Me? I am actually gaining more energy because I'm starting to take electrolytes during and before. I'm getting juiced up, man. Oh man, but you guys will never know who my brother is, but he has been in here. He's been in the chat the whole time. You're just not gonna know who he is. But he, my powerlifter, he, my buddy, is absolutely in good shape. So let's go ahead and continue on ticker symbol LUNR. But I have to just kind of note that everything that just happened here has essentially flashed. It has essentially flashed every known indicator ever, right? So my my edge immediately diminishes here. All right. So this is what I mean. We were normal, and then skaplow, right? So what? And it's and this is what I mean by flash. Look at this, just consolidation there. Like, what is the deal? No, Indra H, he's definitely not a moderator. It would not be that obvious. Oh man. So Dang Family saying, is market rotating, Arca? Looking like money is pulling off from NASDAQ into the Dow industry. That's absolutely a possibility. So commodities are actually starting to look like they may or may not. I don't know. But if you've been noticing, EV is coming down. So that's it. It's kind of a hedge play, right? So the inverse to commodity. Or industrials even, right? So yeah, it could be a possibility. And I would actually, Dank Family, if you're looking at things like that, I would highly consider you look at Boyle, ticker symbol TEL, TELL, and also look into the futures contracts for oil in WTI, okay, as those are likely to make some moonshots soon. Okay, so guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame. We have an upside on that 30-minute. Let's see. And yeah, EV is definitely down, Dang Family. So Babylon saying, any update on TRKA? Yeah, definitely, man. Please go ahead and notice right up here where my time is on the top right of the screen. Notice right up there and rewind to 9:18 p.m. And that's where I started TRKA. You can just rewind and take a look at it. Do you still consult with your old equity maestro? Yeah, man, of course. You're talking about my mentor. Of course. Him and I don't speak as often anymore because he saw his protege become a rock star or whatever, but he's absolutely one that I go to all the time. He's very, very smart. and a discretionary trader. So him and I kind of separated. I became more systematic, you know, with discretion, right? But still, I have a lot to learn from him. He's a 25-year veteran in this, man. He's a rock star, and he's made many monies on the market. So 30-minute immediate short-term upside, cool. Bi-hourly time frame is suggesting consolidation. Okay, so that's consolidation with slight upside, but it's within the zone that can actually pull us right back down. So that gravitational zone is real, guys. Be careful. Okay, so ADDA Infusion, we love you, Arca. You're the best. I love you, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. So now the 6-hour time frame, Ruby, I'm not even sure what that is, guys, but hold on just a sec, because I do have to. Oh, guys, this just IPO'd. That's why I can't see anything. Consolidation, even still. Know that the only thing that's holding you back from capitulating any further is this. Okay, let me just, I'm not sure why that's so low like that, but please notice here that you have a gap, right, from the IPO when it started gapping up. That is the saving grace right now. That is the only reason you are not capitulating further. So if this fails this, then it is going to trigger shorts, okay? So I'm talking about failing this with a minimum 4-hour candle below the range of 1704. Likely to touch back down at 1529. Short sellers trigger at 1704 for what can be. And if we fail this gap, that means that the next gap may be failed entirely without remorse. Okay, so that means that the 1704 can be shorted, and that would potentially face a 31% gainer for short sellers. Okay, so that's huge. Be very careful with this one, okay? Guys, what, for real? Is that really how much attention Ruby is getting? Man. All right. Yeah, no problem. I'll look at it. Hold on. So, and guys, by the way, Ruby has to be my the last ticker for tonight. I do have to prepare. I mean, how dope was it that I released all those videos and did all these tickers today? Psh, man, timing. All right, so we'll look at Ruby next. I can't see anything here, Diego. Man, okay, so maybe consider not giving me IPOs, okay, because I'm really limited to this, and I'm talking about. I mean, I've done tickers before with just price action, and they have done well. You know, they have met well, but they leave me nervous, okay? Because you're taking away tools from me at this point, okay? So, first of all, if you're still gonna try to play this, and we don't have any indicators in line here, so let's pull up the raw tools and notice some things, okay? So not even the moving averages are going to work because of all this crap here, okay? So on the, let me see the daily, hold on. Okay. This is one stupid ass bearish engulfing, okay? So it couldn't become any better than this, okay? So this is signaling huge bearish, okay? And it hasn't even made the move that this can actually suggest. So because this is this big, is probably why I can maybe tell you that this thing will fall sub 855. It will probably fall lower, okay? I mean, that's just way too big. All right, so if that's the case, then it's not going to happen soon. It's going to happen a little later. All right, and the reason why I'm saying this is because if you're noticing on a 12-hour, you have diminishing volume, meaning that there is diminishing sell pressure. Okay, so David Parr saying you're a beast. You're a beast, my bro. So yeah, I really do think that there could be. Let's look at the RSI in the 15-minute. Yeah, that's literally. I was going to tell you there could be a little bit of an upside left, but it's very limited. As you can see, it's just tightening up, and I'm wondering if that's gonna. Let me see here. I mean, in all reality, after a down, man, it's just, I hate that I don't have enough information here, okay? But in all reality, okay, so if you're looking at if you're looking at the potential of building, yeah, it is. Okay, so if you're looking at the potential of building a falling wedge, then falling wedges are usually bullish, right? So, and there are a few ways to measure it. So we're already at the point where it should be breaking out. So in fact, because the 15-minute and 5-minute are so limited, then the only upside I can see to this is 1937. And then this would actually fail it. Okay, and I actually think that this is going to be one situation to where this formation may not become a bullish one. But of course, any type of reason can actually force sentiment to push this to the upside. Anything can happen that can invalidate my thesis, but everything so far is suggesting a downside. Okay, so if you are in profits, consider getting out of this. Okay, so that is just that is just kind of where I'm going to leave it. Mark Roach saying Arca is the man of YouTube. My favorite happy stock dad, my bro. Thank you. That means so much. Hound, yo. All right, so guys, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at ticker symbol Ruby. Why Ruby? I have no clue, but we're going to see it. The chart whisperer, says Indra H. Oh my goodness. What is Ruby going to do for us, guys? Let's see what it's got. Okay. It's NASDAQ listing. Okay. And it looks like it's, let me go to the daily, of course, and load that log. Huge descending channel. Okay. And it's been trading since about 2018. Okay. And, I see that there is a potential of this reversing, and I'm not sure if it's there yet, but it's present, and I will show you how. Well, first of all, I'm going to load it here. It looks like it's already in another time frame as well. But hold on just a sec. Let me line up a couple things first. Okay. Very likely, maybe, hold on. This touch of the resistance may actually have to do with this touch of the resistance. Maybe, hold on. I didn't prepare this one, guys, so I have to be as accurate as I can be, right? So this could be the macro channel that we're looking at. So, and possibly traded on the buy daily. And making a big hammer candle here at the end of the, okay, so this is looking not bad so far. Okay, so now let me just load up the tools. Let's see what it's got, because it has enough. All right, critical volatility already, so that's good. Let me load momentum and see what it's got for us as well. Momentum primed. Okay, so this is already creating that magical oval that we're looking for. Okay, so this is already looking like it's primed for an upside, and we'll validate this. We'll validate it, but just hold on. Let's continue building our blocks, because this looks actually very, very juicy. I'm actually looking for the volume on this cell. Okay, so let me actually... Okay, so man, actually, this is... very interesting. Okay, so 11, almost 12 million. This is 21 million, 39 million, 7 million. What's the, let me see the cap on, let me see the cap and the float. Okay, so 10, okay, so it's high risk. It's 10 spot 2 mil, 45 spot 8.5. It's high risk and it's priced accordingly. So it's arguably oversold. Okay, so it's looking like it could be primed. Okay, so now the RSI, we're slowing down that bear pressure. Okay, so that's good, but it's still downside pivoted on the buy daily. So let me look. Okay. So let's focus on volatility versus momentum. Okay, we want to see volatility at critical expansion, meaning above the 90 percentile. So damn it, let me just make this a little bigger and draw that 90. So if we want to look at critical volatility at the 90 percentile and contracting. Okay, so, and also we want to pair that with momentum suggesting that upside. Okay, so, or flat at the bottom. So that's the condition that we're looking for, this oval. Okay, Let's continue. Let's look down the time frames. Volatility versus momentum. Okay, so we're contracting here. Corrective move. It can be up and down though. Upside pivot on that 12-hour. Good. Let's see the 6-hour. Okay, we don't have multiple time frames, which is suggesting that the upper time frames are more primed than the lower ones, which is good. That means that there could be a little more time. And yeah, so we have upside pivots on every RSI time frame and on the lower end. So yeah, 30-minute immediately bullish, hourly bullish, bi-hourly bullish, 4-hour upside, 8-hour upside, damn, 12-hour upside, and the daily, but let's see the bi-daily. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and now notice in the upper term time frames the volatility versus momentum. So let's go to the daily. It looks primed. The bi-daily looks primed. The 3-day is now touching a critical, and it's also oversold and primed too. And the 5-day is getting there. Okay, so very likely this has upside coming in, and it also it's our hammer. We're also looking at that hammer. Let me look at the candles. 5 days to close. 13 hours to close. Okay. So in 13 hours and 53 minutes, this 3-day candle is going to close, and very likely to the upside, and is going to close as a huge 3-day hammer as well. 13, yeah, so the bi-daily and the 3-day are going to close soon, and we already have a daily hammer. Yes. Okay, so we're going to face a small pullback when? Let me see the 3-day. Yeah. Okay, so the pullback is likely to happen maybe even into tomorrow, but it's going to be a natural pullback before a continuation onto the upside, and a continuation onto the upside to eventually maybe in a week or two to meet $26. So if that is the case, then let's pull up a fib on the 12-hour and see what we can come up with. Man, this candle didn't give back anything, did it? It's still pushing. So let's take a fib from the swing high to the swing low of actually the. Let's just do it overall. Let's do the overall day. So just today's price action, right? Swing high to the swing low. It's looking like it. ADDA, thank you so much for your donation, by the way. That's very kind of you. 20% in the after hours. Where's your close? Is that, by the way, ADDA, are you closing at 1406? Because that's the, or 1404, sorry. That's just the algorithm giving trading view. It's just the read, right? Because every broker is going to have its own markup. Every broker is going to have its own issues, right? So that's the reason why we can actually see differences in price. So regarding the price action here, if we're looking at a retracement after a day, then I have to give you, where is this target? Okay, so hold on. I may want to actually adjust this to just the last 12-hour iteration. So half a day's fib. Okay, that's making a lot more sense. I would have to give you this target for as soon as tomorrow. Between to the higher end of this candle here. So 1819 to 1868. And is there any loading zone? 5-minute is upside. 15-minute is upside. 30-minute is upside. Damn. Hourly, bi-hourly. Jeez. Okay, so no. In fact, if you are wanting to get long this play, you have to look at it a little different. So this is a bankruptcy play too? Damn. Okay, so the strategy behind a stock that just has so much sentiment is to wait for the next geometrical pullback. meaning that very likely we can see a rejection from just upside of the 1 spot 618 or at the six spot of the 1 spot 618 at 1564, likely to come back and test our current highs. Okay, so in doing that, this would be considered the loading zone, right? Or maybe even slightly lower, which could be actually at about 1352 as well, followed by an upside continuation. And this, guys, there's the potential that this can actually be faced tomorrow. Okay, so damn, yeah, you guys. So this is, I mean, we could definitely play this. This is playable. The not 618 would actually be the area too. So the gap, the loading zone is actually a range. So yeah, it would be located 1308 to 1403. That would be the loading zone for this, and then this can actually make a move to the upside, finding the resistance from within this range, right, which is confluent to the 2 spot 618. This would retrace back to 1564 and start that like zigzag to the way up. So this is definitely bullish, guys. This is absolutely bullish and suggesting upside. So if you're curious of the percentage win, let's just take it from the upper end, right? From the upper end to the lower end, you're looking at a 29 spot 51% trade. Okay, let's take it to the top side, 33%. All right, so now if we favor the not 618 at about 1309, 42% to the upside, huge gainer, and I don't think it would be done there. There is actually more to be looked at here, and another thing is that on the 4-hour chart, this is building an accumulation formation and anxiety, right? So what you're looking at here is a broadening descending wedge. We're right at the resistance of it too. So very likely this is what it's doing, right? It's just like this. Look at this. Test 1, 2, 3. True breakout is about to happen, right? And then, oh my goodness, that's really interesting. So we would actually face the downside right here, and then we would actually make an upside. We test this area, reject from the 1564, then we go up and meet. Yeah, then we go up and meet the final take profit on this. It's not the final, of course. It's just because the trading book rules suggest that you can actually face the take profit of a broadening descending wedge located at the genesis of the wedge itself. So right over here, right, you would actually find that overall take profit, which has confluence with the 4 spot 236, and you have the 4 spot 618 right above it. So now that gives you a resistance range. Okay. So this is the target that we would face about 3 days maybe into Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. ADDA Infusion, thank you so much. Saying mad respect, Arca. Thank you, my brother. That really no, I know. I see that you. It was just a typo. I got you. What's up, Philip? Morning to you. Hound saying, Eric, if I remember correctly, he likes them to be a little over 100 million market cap. Yeah. Maybe if you can do 250 million market cap and 500 million float, max 1 billion, just at the brink of mid cap, right around there. That's ideal. Even if it's 500, that's good too. Or inverse 1 billion 500 or 500 1 billion, that's all good. But yeah, they show a little more volatility when they're not so big, so they tend to move a little easier. So that's what I'm looking at here, you guys. And that's, like if you're going to play it smart, right? I mean, yeah, guys, this thing is building, and it's building in the upper time frames, which is even more powerful, right? So very, very likely we can see these targets in a few days, maybe even a little over a week, right? So 23, and if that's the case, damn, that would be to the lower end of that target. That's a 70% win. Huge price action here happening. So ADDA Infusion, very good. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. David Parr saying health and happiness to you and your family, sir. And you, my friend, and you. Alcar, what's up, man? Ruby, let's fucking go. At 12 cents, let's do it. Yeah. Oh, nice, man. Good. I'm super stoked. That's you're in, man. You're in. And I think you're going to be in the money by tomorrow. You're hitting the hate. David Parr, be safe, be well. Catch you soon, my dude. Thank you for everything, my brother. So yeah, guys, so that's essentially what I'm looking at for ticker symbol Ruby. Let's rate it now. What is the deal? Remember, accumulation for tomorrow. But I mean, obviously, likely an upside tomorrow, followed by an accumulation zone at that not 618, followed by an upside. That's essentially what I'm looking at for this. So let's rate it. D- being your max loss, D+ being your break even, right? So what is it going to be for ticker symbol RUBY? David Parr, that's so nice of you, dude. Thank you, my brother. That's so cool of you, dude. Joe H giving this a D+. Diego Rivera giving this a B. ADDA Infusion giving this tomorrow, I see a B+. Ooh, man. Mark Roach, B+. Paban, what's up, man? Good to see you. C-. Eric Powerlifter giving this a C+. And JDXL giving this a C. Very cool. Very cool. I like the sentiment behind it, guys. So, remember, just the play, it has to play out the way it has to play out. Right? So, it just... And you'll be surprised that tomorrow you'll actually see this zigzag do this number instead of the lower number that I said, because we would actually break out. We would come back and validate the newly converted resistance into support, which is going to be test number 4, right? True breakout, and then that upside. So it's following the playbook rules pretty nicely. Dame Time giving this a B. This is, yeah, guys, this is definitely not bad. Wait for the pullback. Then this thing has huge, it's going to be primed. It's going to be primed in multiple upper term timeframes upon tomorrow's upside with that pullback. Okay. So this is, we're catching it early. Okay. I know that early, of course, it's 9 cents or 10 cents or whatever, but this is the conservative trader before an upside. So we're catching it. All right. So, yeah, let's give it a long rating. Let's see what it's got. Today is right, my dude. So the long rating that I'm giving this, guys, is actually, remember, I don't like it when it's this small, but everything in volatility is suggesting an upside, and also the play is playing just the way the playbook suggests it, okay? So I'm going to give this play a B-. And I really do think that there could be a long opportunity on this, okay? So I love it. Guys, we've had some incredible tickers right here, man. So ADDA Infusion, my brother, I couldn't be more thankful to you. Please make sure to send me a DM or something where I can help you with something else. And you're saying with that donation, Moonshot on Ruby is going to blast. Look at the CEO too of this company. She is a moonshot for sure. Is she really? Oh my goodness, my dude. I love it, man. I think that there is a real play here, and it's very early. So amazing eye, good eye, my bro. Thank you so much for suggesting this. I'm sure the members are all really thankful for you. I'm thankful for you. This is a great play. All right, you guys. So that is gonna do it for tonight, you guys. I'm super stoked for tomorrow's session. Again, yes, we are looking very good. We're in shape here, guys. Okay, we should be making some cash. Let's make sure to practice our risk management. Make sure to honor your stop losses, okay? And then everything will be good. Don't take my advice by saying like I only face a 4%. With that 4% stop loss, I'm also favoring really low targets to buy in. Okay, so that doesn't always happen. I don't always get filled, but that's just because I'm an aggressive trader. Very conservative, okay? So with that said, you guys, I wish all of you very well. Thank you, moderators, Samantha, Mark Roach, DJ, I saw you in here, right? And if Cal is listening, I love you, buddy. We'll talk soon, okay, you guys? We're going to be posting up some nice plays tonight. Let's get that money tomorrow, guys. Remember, not financial advice, but I wish everybody a good night, and a powerlifter night to you, my brother. Alex, good night to you. George T. All right, you guys have a good night. I wish you well, a very good night, and I will catch you mañana at the bell. Adios.